will not perish. I want to say thank you to the city council members, the commissioner, the representatives, everyone who is here, but I definitely want to acknowledge our director, Park and Recreation Director, John Jenkins. The executive team, I've seen a few members here. I know Chris Turner-Noteware, her team, they're responsible for all of this work out here. John Reynolds. Of course, that park maintenance and operations team who did the setup along with Tamara Aquino. Thank you so much for park maintenance. And Rosa, I don't know if you raised your hand, but that's who actually runs the park department. Rosa Diane. Park board members, we are so blessed to have so many people that we are in collaboration with, the Loop, Ferguson Road Initiative, everyone. What makes the city special is collaboration. And so just to have all of these visionaries here today for this ribbon cutting, we are so appreciative of the collaboration with all of you. So let us say this about the Trinity Forest Spine. I just wanted to give you a little information. The Trinity Forest Spine Trail was first envisioned decades ago and has been part of the Park Department's Trail Master Plan since the adoption in 2005. In 2012, the Park and Recreation Department, in partnership with the formerly named Trinity Trust, developed a master plan for the Trinity Forest Spine Trail. Working with a team from Haas Associates, a plan to connect the Trinity River Audubon Center to White Rock Lake with a multi-use trail was developed and served as a guide as the project moved from an idea toward implementation. During this same time, around 2012, the Park and Recreation Department was part of the early conversations about developing an interconnected trail circuit comprised of multiple loops with a group that became the Circuit Trail Conservancy and now the Loop Dallas. As planning continued, key partners such as Dallas County became involved to help fund the completion of these initial phases. Dallas County committed over $5 million toward the Trinity Forest Spine Trail project. Developing this trail led to a unique opportunity to activate an unused park and provide access to untouched natural areas. Creekside Park, part of the Ash Creek Greenbelt, is 50 acres made up of numerous parcels, were acquired by the Park Department over years, the last acquired in year 2000. This partnership with the Loop and Dorba creates a unique opportunity for riders of all experience levels to enjoy nature while testing their skills. This section of the Trinity Forest Spine Trail is the first phase toward the completion of the 50-mile loop that will reconnect communities and provides access to the larger Dallas Trail system, parks, and the Great Trinity Forest, and regional destinations such as the Trinity River Audubon Center and White Rock Lake. Total cost for phase 1, which we are standing in, is $5,863,000 and some cents for sure. So we just wanted to make sure you understood that history, that this takes a village. Is that correct? Yes. And the village is here today to celebrate with all of the community on a joyous day in our urban forest. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Philip Hiatt Haigh, Executive Director, the Loop Dallas.
Good morning. Thank y'all so much for being here. Really excited that we're here at this day after so many years of planning. I'm going to keep my remarks short and introduce our park board members that are here. We have Maria Hasbany, Rudy Karimi, and then Daniel Wood, and also the director of the department, John Jenkins. And I'd like to turn it over now to our park board president, who has been a huge champion and has really been pushing parks in Dallas across the city, Arun Agarwal.
That was really short, Philip. Normally people say short and they keep on going, so I'll keep it short also. And thank you for your advocacy. I think September 21, when this groundbreaking had happened, that was actually just the day before that, Mayor had announced that asked me to chair the park board, and that was my first event when I attended. And I still was wondering, how all this will shape up, and see, 2 years later we are here to ribbon cut. Really, really amazing, when this connects from, White Rock Lake to all the way to Tennyson Park. and when with the bicycle trail with the Dorba. I think Dorba did an event 2 weeks back, and I was amazed to see the number of bicycle enthusiasts were there in that event, which was sponsored by Ford and all. So really, I think as we are visioning, the Dallas to become a outdoor city, as we are seeing influx of people which come from East Coast, West Coast, those are the areas which are blessed with some natural beauty. So projects like this, I think Dallas, we have these hidden natural beauty which has not been exploited, and I think project like this is going to do that. Creekside Park, and when it connects all the way to Great Trinity Forest, these are unknown secrets of Dallas. And when they say unknown secrets, I said, why should they be secrets? And really, I think having a project like this will make it happen. So thank you again. Loop Dallas Parks and Recreation really has taken pride into public-private partnership. What better than this project between city, parks and recreation, county, Loop? Oh my God, Loop has been amazing partner, and shows when the vision happens. This started last 2 bond programs, and we are in middle of another bond program, and shows what we decide today, how it affects years to come. So hopefully, I think in this program, bond program again, we'll have a good appropriation for Dallas Parks, which keeps on enhancing our green spaces. With that, I'm delighted to be here. I have to thank my fellow park board members, Maria, Rudy, Daniel. Without their support, we can't achieve what we are achieving. With that, the next person I'm going to introduce, my favorite council person, Paula. She has been here she has been here, I just learned, right from the day this project was in inception. So Paula, you have seen right from zero, and thank you for your support to the parks.
Thank you, Arun, and thank you to the park board for all that you do. I mean, it's sometimes not easy, and sometimes it is easy, and so I want to do thank you. And Major, you're adorable, and all the dogs out there. Mary, I see Jess. This is what these parks are about. And as Arun said, yes, I was 20 years old when we started thinking about this project, and here we are today. Jeff and I were talking about it, and Larry Dell, we were just talking about the whole idea was to connect neighborhoods and to create a system which people can come and do this. And look, we're here. And I think everybody who has been involved should applaud themselves. And thank you to Vicki, to the Parks Department, to the Loop CTC, to Philip, because city is not easy to work with. And we're just going to be honest, but you kept going through bond, through working through our staff, and so we want to thank you, because it is people like you who have an idea and come forth and say, you know what, we can help you make it better. So I want to thank everybody for doing that. The Trinity Forest Spine Trail is that example of continuing to expand one of our greatest assets for our residents, our parks and our trails. Because we saw after the pandemic, people wanted this, they needed this. They need to be in nature, they need vitamin D, they need to feel connected, and we've done that through a trail. So I look forward to seeing this trail in action as a scenic route that further connects our cities into the south part, into the northeast, up to White Rock Lake, Maria, our favorite park, right? And this was once my area, and I've not abandoned it, it's still my area. But I will have to say that my colleague, Jessie Moreno, is doing a great job representing it, and I'd like to... Actually, it's Adam Bazaldua who's doing a fabulous job. You're right, it is that little duck. Thank you for correcting me. I didn't, it's the eclipse, it made me forget things. So anyway, but I am going to introduce Jessie Moreno to come up and say a few words and to welcome everybody. Thank you, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. My name's Jessie Moreno. I'm the council member for District 2. But more importantly, I had the honor and privilege of representing District 2 on the park board. So I know how important and how valuable green spaces are, not only to the residents of District 2, but all the city of Dallas. And what this is going to do today is going to connect the different sectors of Dallas. And I know that I'm working closely with Councilmember Blackmon and Councilmember Bazaldua as I have now come into this part of the city. And so before I go further, I want to thank our high school marching band, Brian Adams. I think it's fitting that they're wearing green. Principal Foster, our band director, Dolly Perkins, thank y'all so much for providing today's And as it was mentioned, the city of Dallas, we can only do so much, and we do an incredible job of maintaining our parks and expanding more green spaces. But the only way to be able to go to that next mile is by partnering with our partners. And so it's so critical as we discuss the upcoming bond program that we continue investing in the city of Dallas and we continue investing in our parks. So please reach out to your park advocates to learn more on how you can contribute additional dollars. With that, I'm going to now call on my colleague, Councilmember Bazaldua.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Y'all got to have a little more excitement than that, guys. We're here to celebrate. There we go. Good morning. I know I'm excited. I'm really excited for the completion of this portion of the trail, but I'm also just as excited for phase 2 that we can now look forward to coming in, which brings me to also highlight what Councilmember Moreno mentioned. We have a bond coming up, and this needs to absolutely be prioritized. These are the spaces that bring communities together in more ways than one. I want to highlight the direct way that it connects people, which is actually connecting neighborhoods. There are several neighborhoods that have not had the luxury to hop on a bicycle and get to a trail system. This trail system is going to be the largest in the country once it's complete, and it is meant to be just that. These are absolutely great places for recreation, but this is also a way for us to reach our CCAP goals and to reduce our carbon emissions in our city and to promote pedestrian-friendly infrastructure. These trails lead to some of the major hubs in our city and a lot of jobs for our residents. And just by connecting neighborhoods and connecting trail systems to other existing trail systems, we have increased the quality of life and opportunity for our city to be walkable as a whole. It absolutely wouldn't have happened without any of the partners that we've had collaborate together, and I couldn't be happier for all of the partnerships. But I do want to give another big thank you to our Parks and Recs department, because they go above and beyond to make sure that we have a lot of fun things to celebrate here in the city. So thank you for your leadership, Director Jenkins, and thank you to our park board members for all of y'all's volunteer advocacy, because I know that y'all don't get paid, but y'all are around just as much as we are. So thank y'all for everything that y'all do. I would also be remiss if I didn't say a huge thank you to the Ferguson Road Initiative. Vicki Martin, with your leadership and all of those involved with the Ferguson Road Initiative, I want to say it's community partners like you all, it's grassroots organizations that really put in the sweat equity on the ground that makes celebrations like these most celebratory. We can be a lot of talking heads, we can be a lot of governmental entities, but it's really about the people that we serve. And so seeing that we've had the engagement and collaboration with the people that this is going to affect most directly has been what this is most to celebrate. I could also say that we have a lot of other stakeholders out here, so thank you to all of you. I saw we had representative, I think the principal from Bishop Lynch is here, and we also have Mr. Gary Hasty, who has been someone to bring development into the adjacent area, and we also have Trustee Dan Mitchkay out in the audience. So thank you to our DISD trustees as well for prioritizing. Of course, last but not least, thank you to Philip Hiatt. I know that you get through the ringer sometimes, and you have to really get as granular as possible. And I know that I got a look when I talked about phase 2 already when we're celebrating phase 1. But I want you to know that all of this partnership that we've been touting and being appreciative of are right there with you along the way. And we're going to make sure that we see this project to fruition. So with that, I will turn it over to another person to thank, which is the person who gave the majority of the money from a government entity. So that is Commissioner Daniel. I am proud to share a large portion of constituency with Commissioner Daniel, and Commissioner Daniel's commitment to increasing quality of life, especially when it comes to parks and recs and trails, has been unparalleled. And we need that partnership with the county for anything like this to be accomplished. And I just want to say thank you to you for making this happen. I look forward to the other projects that we have in the pipeline that you've also stepped up to the plate for. Without further ado, Commissioner Daniel.
And thank you for those kind words. I am Theresa Daniel. I'm your Dallas County Commissioner for this part of the county. And there are two things that, if you have been around me at all, you know that there are two rules that we live by. One of them is we do nothing by ourselves. The second one, obviously, is we're not quite done yet. And so, but those are the two things. But all that being said, I do want to say that Dallas County was here in 2014 to put in the first $5 million for this particular project. But it's working with, and it's being so very, very aware, so that in addition to what governments do, because yeah, we are able to bring the dollars at times, and so, you know, obviously do that piece, but it's also just looking around here and walking up and greeting so many, many, many people that these kinds of green spaces make a huge impact on. So the partnership with the City of Dallas obviously is huge, and all of us rely on that governmental connection. But it's just so many other people in addition. It's the Bryan Adams Band, and you showing up on a Saturday morning in your beautiful green uniforms. I mean, wasn't that a welcome when you came onto the property to hear that and know that these are the good things. These are the things that we should be at. And it's FRI and Vicki Martin. It's Health Associates and all that they do to help. And you know, Willis Winters is here, you know, making sure that we do everything right. It's Rails to Trails. It's Daniel Woods and all that you know, we have our little conversations about what this part of Dallas County ought to be looking like. There's just so many, many friends in this arena that make the difference, and that it's only with those partnerships that we are able to continue forward. And obviously, Philip, you know, you're kind of looking and wondering and all that, but you got to keep someone to keep it on the rails. And so all of the efforts of so many people are appreciated. And I know that everyone here, as well as our neighbors, our kids, our nephews, are going to enjoy this space tremendously. So let's just keep it moving forward. Because, as I said, it takes more than one of us to do anything. But we certainly are not done yet. So let's see what's coming up.
So I'm Jeff Ellerman. I'm the chairman of the Loop Dallas, and what a day this is. I mean, this trail, canopy, the bridges, going through Tennyson Park. I mean, this is an incredible amenity. So Larry Dale and I were riding our bikes 8+ years ago in the Trinity River bottom, and we ran into then Mayor Mike Rawlings. And we said, Mr. Mayor, why don't these trails connect? He said, well, it needs a public-private partnership, and you need to be our private sector champions. We created a board. Linda Owen's right over here. Linda Owen and I were sitting in Sharon Grigsby's office at the Dallas Morning News 7 years ago, and she said, you know, I want to make sure that whatever we do, East Dallas gets its share. And here we are in East Dallas. The first trail that we're opening is in East Dallas. What an amenity this is. So, as Arun said, this needs to be a public-private partnership. It needs to be us working with the city, us working together. Thank you so much to the Parks Department. I mean, what a great partner they are. As he said, working with the city is not easy. That's a fact. We got the blood, sweat, and tears to prove it. But our mantra is connecting Dallas to Dallas. We've got 11 miles of trails to create a 50-mile loop in the core of the city of Dallas. It's not out in the country, it's in the core of the city. It's going to be a world-class amenity for our city, free to everybody to use for decades and decades to come. And we are delighted to be here. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to introduce our State Representative Vinton Jones for District 100.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
All right. My name is Vinton Jones, and I have the honor and privilege of representing the great House District 100, which you are in right now, in the Texas House of Representatives. And before I present this certificate of recognition, I just want to briefly say, I know we've all talked about the importance of public and private partnerships and just the hard work that has went into getting this project to where it is now. And I just want to acknowledge city leadership, city council, our commissioners, our park board members, and so many of you who have worked diligently to make this happen. I can say as a native of Dallas, that the communities that we are in right now didn't always look like it did right now. And the place that we're in right now, this area, at least a couple mile radius, when I was growing up, this area didn't look like this. And we didn't see the investments in communities like this to be able to have these amazing resources that we're seeing today. So I'm so excited to see the trail moving forward. And I want to say, I have a couple of words on behalf of our great state and just recognition of this great moment. It's the Trinity Forest Spine Trail, celebration of the completion of this vital addition to the Loop Dallas Urban Trail Network, which will benefit area residents for many decades to come. Congratulations to the Dallas Park and Recreations Department and the many groups, agencies, and individuals involved in bringing this project to fruition. Vinton Jones, State Representative, House District 100. Thank you so much.
Yeah, get up there, Lynn.